This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thanks for getting up with us on this Saturday morning. I'm Tim Gordon. This morning on Sunrise, from a carjacking to a break-in, a suspect's crime spree in Hillsborough leaves one neighborhood shaken up. Plus, a popular Portland restaurant hit by thieves just months after opening. The crime that was caught on camera. But before we get to all that, let's check in with Chris McGinnis for a look at that. Good morning, Saturday forecast.
Good morning, yes, that good morning Saturday forecast.
Why not?
It is a good morning out there. It's a little foggy in some cases. Let's give you the live look from our Rose City sky camera. Obviously, it's still dark. Sunrise getting a little later. We're still losing about 3 minutes of daylight each day here. But I think if you look closely, you can start to see maybe some of the fog trying to settle in over downtown. It's thicker elsewhere. 54 with some light fog being reported last check out at PDX. And as I mentioned, visibility really dropping quickly. McMinnville and Aurora down to a quarter-mile visibility in dense fog. We've got some fairly thick fog as you get down towards Corvallis and Eugene as well. And for that reason, Weather Service issuing a dense fog advisory until 11 a.m. For areas basically south of Wilsonville. So Wilsonville south to beyond Eugene, up and down the I-5 corridor here in the valley. A dense fog advisory in effect until 11. The other thing you're probably noticing is that the air quality has taken a bit of a hit over the last 24 hours, and current air quality sensors here across a good chunk of western Oregon indicating moderate air quality. So the smoke particulate is up a little bit. That bright pink dot there in the Oak Ridge area, that's downwind of the Cedar Creek fire in Lane County. Okay, the plan for today's sunrise, obviously still a little ways away at 7-8 heat. It'll be cloudy and foggy to start the day. A lot like yesterday, and a lot like yesterday, we will start to clear out. And once again, another day in the 80s. 82 degrees this afternoon would tie the record high for today. Tim?
Now, something else. All right, Chris, thanks a lot. Well, we start this half hour with that wild crime spree that ended in a police shooting in Hillsborough. Investigators say the suspect robbed or tried to rob 3 different people, all strangers to him. Bryant Clerkley breaks down the details for us.
There was cops in here. They were speeding down in this cul-de-sac here, and then they just had their lights out over in that corner looking for somebody.
Cindy Gonzalez lives near Northeast Lilac Street in Hillsborough, just west of the airport. That's where police say 40-year-old Patrick Robertson started his crime spree Thursday night. He's first accused of trying to carjack a man, then physically assaulting him, but he didn't get away with the car.
That's scary. It's scary. Like I said, I've been here for 20 years, over 20 years, and this is the second time we've had any kind of incident like this in this neighborhood anyways. So it's scary. It's everywhere, and now it feels like it's coming into the residents in Hillsborough.
Authorities say Robertson then ran about a block to Northeast 17th Avenue and threatened 2 men inside a home using what police think was a replica gun and a knife. Police say he slashed one of the men in the arm and stole a handgun from the home before leaving.
Victims were completely unknown to him. So that's what makes this so unusual. And, quite frankly, terrifying for people.
Police say Robertson broke into another home on a block south of 17th. He's accused of threatening the people inside with the stolen gun, then taking a car from the home and leading cops on a chase.
An officer spotted the vehicle in the city, and the vehicle eluded that officer, and it was eventually picked up by Washington County Sheriff's Office, who assisted in the pursuit.
Authorities caught up with Robertson about 5 miles away at the roundabout on Shoals Ferry and River Road, where they say he wrecked the car. That's what led to the shooting.
Once Mr. Robertson wrecked out, he got out of his vehicle, he produced a handgun, pointed at the officers, and they fired on Mr. Robertson. He was injured.
Robertson has non-life-threatening injuries. The officers were not hurt.
Bryant Clerkley reporting there, along with the robbery, burglary, and assault. Robertson also faces unlawful use of a weapon and eluding charges. It was a Hillsborough officer who shot Robertson, so the Washington County Major Crimes Team is now investigating. Well, we now know the name of the man police were investigating before a deputy shot a woman that was with him. This happened in Northeast Portland on Wednesday. Tristan Borges is charged with attempted aggravated murder and other counts. Police say he started fighting a Multnomah County Sheriff's deputy near Holiday and Grand. A woman got involved in that fight as well. She was the one shot by the deputy. She is expected to survive, but is still in the hospital this morning. More trouble in Portland's Old Town. Police say a man was stabbed Friday afternoon near Northwest 3rd and Davis. He is expected to survive. Now, this is the same area where 2 people were stabbed just hours apart last Friday. We're learning more about one of the victims there. 53-year-old Mark Davis was killed near Broadway and Cooch last Friday. Witnesses report seeing the suspect and Davis in an argument before he was stabbed. His aunt tells us Davis was a lovable family man.
He was a funny guy, you know, he likes to crack jokes, you know. He was a lovable person, he loved God, you know, and he's going to be missed very well by lots of people. You know, he loved his kids, you know. He's just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Now, as we reported yesterday, police arrested 20-year-old Khalil Ford for Davis's death. We also learned Ford was arrested, arraigned, and released just 2 days prior for a completely different case where he was accused of beating up an elderly woman in the Pearl District. Well, a restaurant in Old Town needs your help finding the criminals they say broke their windows and burglarized their shop. Trap Kitchen shared surveillance footage from early Friday morning. They say 3 people were involved. One first used a blowtorch on the glass door. That caused it to crack. Someone then comes back and breaks through that glass of the door. The thieves took off with the cash register. The co-owner of the BIPOC-owned restaurant said they've only been open for a few months and haven't experienced anything like this.
We didn't ever think that somebody would break in here. The community knows us, downtown knows us, everybody knows us around here, other businesses, so we kind of look out for each other. But yeah, we didn't expect this.
Well, they now plan to beef up their security and surveillance. Trap Kitchen started in Portland as a food truck. It's also a branch of the Oakland, California restaurant that's gained fame for catering celebrity parties. Well, Portland Public Schools is the first district in Oregon to join 1,000 other districts across the country in a lawsuit against e-cigarette maker Juul. New data released this week shows more than 2.5 million middle and high school students in the U.S. use e-cigs. The lawsuit against Juul alleges the company used fruit and candy-flavored nicotine, as well as strategic ads to market to teenagers. The district says it decided to join the lawsuit due to the growing health crisis involving e-cigarettes use among teens.
If we do have any monetary gains, then we fully intend to use that money to fund education, prevention, and anti-vaping enforcements to keep e-cigarettes away from our students.
Now, the FDA and CDC analyzed data from the 2022 National Youth Tobacco Survey and found about 1 in 4 middle and high schoolers reported vaping daily. 1 in 4. Wow. Well, a magnitude 4.4 earthquake hit Oregon's Linn County early Friday morning. While people all around the Willamette Valley felt it, it wasn't strong enough to prompt shake alert text warnings to your phone. Coming up next, experts explain how to prepare for a larger earthquake in the future.